The NFL is terrified of the New England Patriots after what they just did to the Carolina Panthers. At the end of September, they will finish 2-2 and had their best game of the entire season and maybe of the past 5 years today against Carolina in Gillette Stadium. Welcome in here to Patriots Digest, everybody. I'm Jace Andrews. I appreciate you tuning in to today's show. It's a fun Sunday when the Patriots are able to get a victory, and they do so in a big way today. We talk about the final score here, 42-13. Patriots were just manhandling this Carolina team who last week won a game 30-0 over the Atlanta Falcons. Now, there is some caveats and a bunch of different things there, but at the same time, this was such a good football game for multiple reasons. There was no turnovers. The team looked impressive. All three running backs did what they were needed. You had a punt return. Special teams looked great. I cannot say how good this team looked. And you're probably argument here, if you're not a Patriots fan, or if you don't want to believe in how good this game was and what they can do building off of this, is that it was the Carolina Panthers and that, they're not a good team. And you'd be right. But what do good teams do against bad teams? They go out and they dominate, and that's what the New England Patriots did today. So take a look at some stats here from the game, talk about them, and kind of break down. So first of all, Drake Maye didn't even need to do that much today. 14 for 17 on the day, 203 yards, 11.9 average, 2 touchdowns. Also had a rushing touchdown. Really stifled Bryce Young, 18 for 30 with 150 yards. Both backup quarterbacks got into the game. In fact, Andy Dalton threw a touchdown pass in a game in 2025, which I did not think I was going to be saying that. Josh Dobbs came in, relieved Drake Maye. No reason to go out there and get what I believe is your star quarterback off the field on an injury, so no reason for that. And there's a lot of Drake Maye haters, and there's a lot of people saying that, maybe he's not going to be what the Patriots drafted. And I have been always on the side that the New England Patriots have their franchise quarterback in Drake Maye, and he will be here for a very long time. And, well, today was just another rendition of why I think that. Drake Maye has now joined QBs Lamar Jackson, who did in 2023 and 2024, and Josh Allen as the only players in NFL history to record a 135-plus passer rating, 1 rushing touchdown, and 1 passing touchdown with a minimum of 10 passing attempts in multiple games in a season. He did it also against Miami. Coincidence that those are the 2 wins? I don't think so, but there's comments that we see, and I've seen him throughout the season. Now, Drake Maye's not the guy. Drake Maye, this is not what the Patriots needed. He's not going to be their future. He is. Lock in, because he is. He is going to be the future. Him and Mike Vrable are going to take this team back to the promised land, and I'm just ready to see that happening. So, looking at the rushing attack, you talk about how really evenly divided it was today. Rhamondre Stevenson had 9 carries. TreVeyon Henderson had 7 carries. Antonio Gibson had 6 carries. 30 yards for both Henderson and Stevenson. 27 yards for Antonio Gibson. Gibson did a really good job. A couple kick returns as well. This is just a really balanced rushing attack, I think, is what the Patriots are going for. I think when the dust settles, it will probably be TreVeyon Henderson's ball when we get to, clutch time scenarios, and when you need a big carry, I think it'll be TreVeyon Henderson. I think if I were to construct a perfect rotation here for the New England Patriots and their, let's say, rushing attack, I would put TreVeyon Henderson as your first and second down back. Rhamondre Stevenson is your third down back. Antonio Gibson kind of get in there and help guys get rest whenever needed. So I think the rushing attack was great. Drake Maye had 3 rushes, 11 yards, obviously had the rushing touchdown. You had 3 rushing touchdowns today. And after a week where you had 4 fumbles last week versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, having not just 3 rushing touchdowns, but also not even worrying about a fumble once was a fantastic thing to see. One thing with Rhamondre, and another reason why I think he is not going to be the quote-unquote bell cow back when the season's over, of his 30-something yards, 22 came on 1 rush, and same thing can be said for Antonio Gibson, 21 came on 1 rush. And while, yes, long yardage situations and long yard rushes are great, I personally am more towards the side of averages, which 4.6 for TreVeyon Henderson was the most. I have this up here, though, because I also want to talk about how they kept down Chuba Hubbard. He has been a pretty good force this season, and if you look at his stats, pretty good way for the Patriots to keep him down. 10 carries, 49 yards, only had 11 long. I mean, this was a very good defensive stretch for the New England Patriots. And listen, I know the score is what it is when you go look at, oh, they scored a touchdown in the fourth quarter. Yeah, it was garbage time touchdown that didn't matter. This was legit close to a 40-point beatdown here by the New England Patriots. It really, in my mind, this game finished 42-6. I know that's not how the final score is going to read, but that's just the way I see it because that last touchdown was just nothing. There was no reason to talk about that. So, good win for the Patriots. I want to talk about the receiving as well. I don't know if I can find it. There it is. Stefon Diggs. Finally, you get your guy who make the big move this offseason. You sign him, and you think that he's going to be the move after the ACL injury. You think, give him a couple games, he'll get there. Well, guess what? Today he got there. 6 receptions, 101 yards, 16.8 average. Had a couple of times where he was very close to getting in the end zone, a long of 33 on 7 targets. Hunter Henry, we know the Patriots love their tight ends, so Henry and Hooper behind him, 39 yards, 24 yards. I want to see more of Kayshon Boutte just because the first game for him having over 100 yards was very, very good, and just 1 reception today for 18 yards. Been pretty similar stat lines for him since that first game, but I really do think this is a really balanced wide receiving attack. I like the versatility of Mac Hollins as well, but I think that you can survive with Stefon Diggs, Hunter Henry, Kayshon Boutte, TreVeyon Henderson, and Mac Hollins as being your receiving guys. Obviously, Henderson going to be your receiving back in some aspects. You also have Rhamondre Stevenson as a receiving back, which I talk about him as the third down back just because I find him as a better receiving back than TreVeyon, but at the same time, TreVeyon is not bad at all. I just think Rhamondre has more experience in a lot of ways. So, speaking of all that, 42-13 again final score. I want to talk about some intriguing stats. Already mentioned the whole Drake Maye thing. I still stand here and say that he is going to be the future of the New England Patriots, and I fully believe that the Patriots have found their franchise quarterback. You can say what you want about, he looked a bit bad there, or looked good there. He looked fantastic today. And not every secondary is going to be as bad as the Carolina Panthers. But as I said at the beginning of the show, good teams beat up on bad teams. The Patriots are a good team. They beat up on a bad team. 2-2. I'll take it through the first 4 games of Mike Vrabel's tenure, especially when you talk about it with Drake Maye and what he's been able to do in the first 4 games of this season. Evan Lazar has also a cool report. Wanted to put this out there as well. The Patriots 42-13 win. That's their biggest blowout win since Week 5 of 2022 when they beat Detroit 29-0. It's also their first game scoring over 40 points since Week 17 of 2021 versus Jacksonville. And again, as I said, they'll end their first month under Mike Vrabel as an even 2-2. And I think if you're a Patriots fan, you'll take that every single day of the week because that's such a good thing to have for the New England Patriots to know that you're 500. You're looking pretty good going forward. Bills matchup. There's a couple of hard teams coming up, so these past 3 games are important. You come out 2-2. It's a big stretch coming up for sure, and we kind of want to see what the Patriots are truly made of. But if there was a game to build off of, this was the game. It was a perfectly placed, perfectly executed, and I'm really excited for what's to come for the rest of the season. With that being said, if you are enjoying the content, if you want to stick around, we got Patriots Daily content coming out here for you on Patriots Digest. So go down there, hit that subscribe button. I promise you'll not regret it, and we'll see you next time here on the show. Peace out, guys.